The Bible is a timeless source of wisdom, offering profound insights on how to navigate life's challenges, including the topic of finances. When it comes to saving for the future, the Bible provides guidance that is both practical and rooted in faith. Saving is not just a financial discipline. It is a spiritual practice that reflects our trust in God's provision and our stewardship over the resources He entrusts to us. Many people associate saving with hoarding or a lack of faith, but Scripture reveals that saving is not about fear or greed. It's about wisdom, responsibility, and preparing for the days ahead. In the book of Proverbs, we see numerous verses that emphasize the importance of wisdom in financial matters. Proverbs 6 verses 6 to 8 says, "Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest." This verse highlights the industrious nature of the ant, which works hard during the good times to prepare for the lean times. The ant doesn't wait for a crisis to act. It plans ahead and ensures its survival. This is a clear biblical endorsement of the principle of saving for the future. It teaches us that foresight and planning are essential for financial stability. Saving allows us to weather unexpected storms, whether they are personal emergencies, economic downturns, or other challenges that life may bring. Another example can be found in the story of Joseph in Genesis 41. When Pharaoh had a dream of 7 fat cows followed by 7 lean cows, Joseph interpreted the dream as a warning from God about 7 years of plenty followed by 7 years of famine. Joseph advised Pharaoh to save a portion of the harvest during the abundant years to prepare for the years of scarcity. Pharaoh heeded Joseph's advice, and as a result, Egypt was able to survive the famine. This story demonstrates the biblical principle of preparing for the future through disciplined saving. It also shows that saving is not just an act of prudence, but can be part of God's plan for providing for us and for others. While saving is encouraged, the Bible also warns us against the dangers of greed and putting our trust in wealth. In Matthew 6 verses 19 to 21, Jesus says, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." This passage is not a condemnation of saving, but a reminder to keep our priorities aligned with God's will. Our savings should not become an idol or a source of misplaced security. Instead, they should be a tool that allows us to fulfill our responsibilities, care for our families, and serve others in need. The key is balance. Saving should never replace our faith in God as our ultimate provider. It is God who gives us the ability to work, earn, and save. Deuteronomy 8 verse 18 says, "But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms His covenant, which He swore to your ancestors as it is today." This verse reminds us that all we have comes from God, and our savings are ultimately a testament to His provision. As we save, we must also be mindful of the needs of others. The Bible frequently emphasizes generosity and caring for those in need. Proverbs 11 verse 25 says, "A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed." Saving and generosity are not mutually exclusive. They go hand in hand. By managing our finances wisely and saving for the future, we position ourselves to be a blessing to others. We can give generously without fear because we have planned ahead and trusted God with our resources. Another important aspect of saving is contentment. In 1 Timothy 6 verses 6 to 8, Paul writes, "But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with that." Contentment is a crucial mindset when it comes to saving. It helps us avoid the trap of constantly striving for more and instead focus on using what we have wisely. Contentment allows us to save with gratitude rather than out of anxiety or greed. The Bible also encourages us to avoid debt, which can hinder our ability to save. Proverbs 22 verse 7 says, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender." Debt can be a heavy burden, limiting our financial freedom and our capacity to prepare for the future. By living within our means and saving consistently, we can avoid the pitfalls of debt and build a solid foundation for the years ahead. Practical steps to save, based on biblical principles, include creating a budget, living below your means, and setting aside a portion of your income regularly. Proverbs 21 verse 20 says, "The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down." This verse reminds us to be intentional about saving and not to consume everything we earn. Even small, consistent savings can grow over time and provide security for the future. It's also important to involve God in our financial planning. Proverbs 16 verse 3 says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." Praying for wisdom and guidance in managing our finances is a vital part of saving for the future. God cares about every aspect of our lives, including our financial well-being. As we seek His guidance, we can make decisions that honor Him and align with His will. In conclusion, the Bible offers a wealth of wisdom on saving for the future. It encourages us to plan ahead, work diligently, and trust in God's provision. Saving is not about fear or selfishness, but about stewardship, responsibility, and preparation. By following biblical principles, we can save wisely, avoid unnecessary debt, and be generous to those in need. Saving is an act of faith, reflecting our trust in God's provision and our commitment to using His resources wisely. As we save, let us do so with gratitude, contentment, and a heart that seeks to honor God in all that we do.